Hi guys, it's your girl Kiki and welcome back to another video. So today is my last day in Cape Town. Today is 14th and I've been able to stay here for 2 weeks. I leave tomorrow. So I'm sure by the time you guys will see this video, then I would have left Cape Town. I would be in Ghana stressing about my Ghana card. Trust me, I haven't forgotten about that. I still remember. So I want to answer a couple of questions I got concerning my trip, and yeah, so everything I'm about to say here is based off of experience, my personal experience. It's things I went through. um it's not a hearsay. It's not something that somebody told me or something a friend went through. I went through it myself. So everything I'm going to be saying is going to be as blunt as possible. So let's just get right into the video. So I have the questions here just so I don't go off course, because I feel like sometimes I even forget what I'm talking about and I'll start talking about something different. So the first question I'm going to be answering is a question regarding my trip, like my whole trip, the cost, how much I paid for everything, if I used the travel agency, and which travel agency I used and how much I paid and all of that. So I'm going to start answering the question from the visa parts, like from when I got the visa, how much I paid for the visa and all of that. So my best friend's auntie is an agent, like a travel agent. So she helped me get a visa. I heard you can apply for a South African visa on your own when you have the right documents, but I didn't have the right documents. I didn't have everything I needed. So I needed help with an agent. That's how come I contacted an agent to help me get the visa. I paid 2,000 cedis to my best friend's auntie to help me get the visa at that time. So it took me 3 days to get 4 days, literally, no, 3 days actually, to get my visa. So I submitted my documents on Monday, and by Thursday my visa was ready. So the thing is, when you pay the travel agent, it takes them some time to get the documents in place, like a week, because they are supposed to get the right document, just so that when you go to the embassy to go and do the submission, they don't bounce you. Because I mean, it's a travel agency, you're paying for their services. I don't think they would want to get documents that won't help you get the visa. So it takes them some time to get the documents. It took my best friend's auntie a whole week to get my documents in place. But after I did my submission, it took me 3 days to get my visa. With my ticket, the mistake I did was I waited till the dollar started falling in Ghana before I bought my ticket. So my ticket was very expensive, because my ticket was 900 and something dollars, and by that time the dollar was 10 cedis, so that's 9,006. So my ticket was almost 10,000 cedis. So with the tickets, I had their peak times and I had their times where the ticket is a bit affordable. So it's advisable to buy the tickets when it's not their peak season, when it's affordable, when it's down. But that's the thing, before you buy your tickets, you have to be very sure that you're getting your visa. When I was coming, a lot of people kept telling me South Africa is visa free. South Africa is not a visa free country. You can't go to the airport with your tickets without a visa and expect to enter South Africa. They'll bounce you. I don't know how come that list came out and South Africa's name was part of the visa free countries for Ghana, but it's not yet a visa free country. I don't know when it's going to be, but it's not yet. So you have to get a visa to enter South Africa. So I'm going to move on to my Airbnb. My Airbnb was quite affordable for the room I got and how much I paid for and the services they gave me. It was very affordable. I paid $40 a night for my Airbnb. So I ended up paying $560 for 14 nights for my Airbnb. And this is really affordable because I'm into real estate and I know how much Airbnbs cost in Ghana. So with the Airbnb I got, the room and everything, the services they gave me, these people cleaned my room every day for 14 days. There was room service every day for 14 days. And I love this place so much. I'm going to put their name and everything in the description, just in case you want to come to Cape Town. This is a great place to be. Their security is tight. They are like really caring. They care about your safety. If there's anything going on, you can just text them on WhatsApp and then they get it fixed. I really like this Airbnb. I'd recommend this place 100%. I didn't have any problems with them whatsoever. Airbnb ticketing You have to do those things like way before you start packing for your trip. Make sure you have a place reserved for you. You know exactly where you're going. You've asked about the place you are sure is 100% safe, and that is the place you like. So let's go to spending money. With the spending money, I'm not going to give a figure of how much I spent. Spending money totally depends on you, the individual. But that's one thing I'm going to say. You need to cut down your wants and focus on your needs. It's something you need to do if you want to be able to stay in a country you've never been to for 2 weeks. You need to cut down your wants and focus on your needs, because you're going to see a lot of stuff, a lot of beautiful things. I saw so many beautiful things I wanted to buy, but I couldn't buy it because I was on a budget. Somebody can come to Cape Town and spend $500 and be fine for 2 weeks. Somebody can come to Cape Town and spend $1,000 and be fine for 2 weeks. Somebody can come to Cape Town and spend $300 and be fine for 2 weeks. The $300 there, unless you don't do any activity, or you say you're staying in your room, maybe you're going to buy provisions and come and stay in your room 24/7, that one day. But if you want to do the activities I did, if you want to go out to eat, if you want to buy stuff you need at least $700. That's 7,000 cedis. Now, because Ghana money is trash, but like, you need at least $700 to be able to do a couple of things, buy petty nice stuff here and there, and then stay for 2 weeks with food. If you are on a budget like me, forget that I'm going to shop here and take a snap. I'm going to H&M and take a snap. I went window shopping. I think I went to the Victoria Wharf Mall like 10 times, because I just went window shopping to feed my eyes of the things I couldn't buy, like the things I couldn't afford. I entered an Adidas shop for the first time. It was nice, but I couldn't get anything from there because I am under a budget. So if you are going to be a traveler like me and you're under a budget, forget the whole you're shopping for the gram. You're not going to be shopping for the gram, because guess what? You can't afford it. The things are expensive. Traveling into a country for my first time. Let me be honest. When I was coming to South Africa, I expected the worst. Not because of anything, but because of things people had said to me. Somebody told me their friends got robbed. Somebody told me they kidnapped her friend. They almost raped her. So I was, in my head, I'm like, you have to be careful. You're carrying a knife when you're going out. You're carrying a pepper spray. I don't even have pepper spray. I don't have a knife. I went out so many times, I wasn't holding a knife. So I keep saying this. Cape Town was super good to me, that it was crazy. Like, nothing, I didn't have any experience with anybody whatsoever. No negative experience, nothing. And I'm super grateful to God for that, because I'm sure God was the one that was protecting me throughout. Because I went out a lot. I think I went out almost every time I was here. But literally nothing happened to me. Even if I didn't go out to do an activity, I just went to sit at the mall, I went to eat, I went to sit somewhere to have coffee. I didn't meet, the people I was meeting were extremely nice to me. They were like men who wanted to be friends, that type of thing. I didn't meet anybody that harassed me in any way. And I can even say that, excuse me to say, but the mad people here are even more relaxed than the mad people in Ghana, because you can meet a madman in Ghana, he can actually chase you. But Cape Town, no. The people here that are not in their right senses are walking freely, like they're just there. When they meet you and they feel like they are getting close to you, they even use a different route, and then you use a different route. The beggars on the streets have written whatever they are looking for on a placard. I even saw one where I wanted to take a picture. He said his wife got kidnapped and then he needed money for karate lessons. I don't know if he was joking or he was serious, but they've written whatever they need money for on a placard. They don't come harassing you for money like what those kids at Accra Mall do. No, they actually don't. They ask nicely. If you're going to give them, fine. If you're not, fine. They don't come harassing you and things like that. So traveling solo for the first time. Let me be honest. If you can, travel with someone. If you're traveling out of your home country for the first time, if you can, travel with someone. It's easier that way. You feel safer that way. I want the water because I came to a country where it's extremely cold and I was alone. the whole time. For 14 nights, I was alone, and it was really cold. So if there's somebody that likes their space and somebody that likes peace and quiet, I'd recommend a solo trip for you. But if you're somebody that craves people's attention and you always want to be with someone or you always want to see someone, then please don't do solo trips. Don't, especially if it's a country you've never been to, because trust me, making friends is hard. I think I'm antisocial, but at some point I was trying to make friends with like just people I could just be friends with, somebody who could just come to my room and hang around. But the men I was meeting, they didn't want to be just friends, and I didn't really get a balls to talk to any girl like that. Even when I met a girl and I felt like I should ask her to be friends, I felt like it was weird because I don't know. So if you are somebody that likes company and somebody that gets bored early, please don't do a solo trip. I won't recommend it because you're going to be bored. You're going to need somebody around because you need petty stuff. Sometimes you need somebody to help you make a decision. You need somebody to talk to. So more like my YouTube was my other company, like, because sometimes I could shoot a video and be asking what dress am I supposed to wear, but I forget that at the end of the day I'm supposed to make that decision myself. So yeah, traveling solo, my experience, I didn't hate it at all. I loved it. I loved being alone for 2 weeks. It's helped me a lot. But if you are not me, please find someone to come with. A friend, a partner, anybody to come with. And let me say this for the last time. South Africa is not that scary. South Africa is scary to some point, but it's the same way in Ghana. I'm not going to mention the communities because I'm coming back to Ghana. But like in Ghana, some communities are scary. Some communities, you can't go there and be walking around in the evening and things like that. That's how South Africa is. Some parts of South Africa is scary. You can't be working as a lady like that. You don't have to carry plenty money on you because obviously you're going to get people attacking you and stuff like that. Even some parts of Cape Town is scary. So you just have to know where to go, what to do, and you just have to be safe. Literally, you can't be too careful, but you have to try. You have to try and blend in. One thing that helped me a lot with my solo trip to Cape Town was blending in. I didn't have a problem blending in. When I sat in an Uber, I made sure I was comfortable because the first time the Uber driver picked me up from the airport, I was tensed, and he said it. He's like, you look really scared. And I was like, yes, I am scared because I am alone. And he said, you know something? Don't tell anybody you're alone. Don't tell anybody you're not from here. Just don't have that conversation with anybody you don't trust. So you should be able to blend in easily so that it doesn't look like you are a stranger in a strange country. It's not as scary as people think. If you want to go on a solo trip, if a solo trip is something you really, really want to do it. If you're having second thoughts about it, get someone to go with you. It's as simple as that. Solo trips are not scary, but if you're not comfortable with it, if it's not something your gut is telling you to do, then look for a partner. It's best that way. I didn't have one bad experience in Cape Town, and I'm super grateful to God for that. So yeah, that's my experience as a solo traveler in a different country for the first time. It was a good experience, and I'm so glad I had a really good experience. I don't regret doing this. Not even an inch. I don't. So one thing I forgot to say is read a lot. If you want to travel outside your country, read a lot. One thing that is really, really bad about me is I don't like reading. So I had to keep asking people, like I had to keep asking questions. And luckily for me, the person I was asking had so much patience for me, and she kept answering every question I asked. So that was the best part about it. But read a lot. Read about your Airbnb. Read about how receptive the country you want to go to is. Literally read everything about the country you're planning on going to if you're doing a solo trip. That's the only thing I'm going to say. Read a lot. If you're not going to be reading a lot, then ask a lot of questions. Find people you trust or somebody you trust that's not going to be putting information out there, and ask them as many questions as you can. I'm him my bro, because I even asked her to the extent of asking her how this activity feels. Like, I'm like, so when you go on the Table Mountain, how is it going to feel like? Is it expensive? How much did you pay? I asked all those questions because I don't like reading. All those things are on the internet, but I'm not going to start reading how the Table Mountain looks and how the cable car looks. No. I didn't have time for that. So if you're not going to be reading like me, then you're going to be asking a lot of questions, just so you know what you're going in for. I feel like I answered everything people asked me. Yeah, I think I did. But if I didn't and you have any more questions concerning my trip, you can ask me in the comment section and I would reply. If I have to do a video, I'll do a video. If I have to just reply in the comment section, I'll do that. But yeah, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, all the good stuff. I'll see you guys in another video. I love you. Mwah.